Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. In this video I want to show you one possible scenario for how the Bitcoin price could be moving in the next few days or weeks. I want to show you the scenario that I think is most likely. Please take it with a pinch of salt. It's not guaranteed to play out, but I've applied the Elliott Wave method, applied Elliott Wave counts to come to a possible scenario for what is going to happen in the next few weeks with the Bitcoin price. And as you know, Bitcoin is leading the way. There's a concern because all the altcoins have now rallied while Bitcoin was staying quite stable. If Bitcoin does a correction now, that the altcoin gains will be sort of been diminished again. So I just try to prepare you for what might be coming. It is a bullish scenario. It is what I think is the most likely one. But just because I say it's bullish, it doesn't mean that it's going to go to 100K from here straight away. As everything in crypto, it will be a bumpy ride, and I just want to show you how I did it. So what I applied is the Elliott Wave method. I used it in the past. I think it is one of the most accurate ways of understanding possible trend reversals in the crypto market. And if you don't know what it is, just very simply, I keep it simple in this video. What you essentially have based on the Elliott Wave method, this basically tells you that everything moves in waves. You generally get 5 waves in the direction of a trend. So in this case, an uptrend, you will have a 5 wave structure move. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Now that could also be a 5 wave structure to the downside if the trend was going down. But at the moment we are in an uptrend. So generally you get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside. They always go in the direction of the trend. So if the trend turns down and you can count 5 waves to the downside, then the indicator is that the trend is going down. If you then reach the top here, what you normally get is an A, B, C in a 3-part move to the downside. Yes, and that is the correction, which, however, doesn't go below the beginning of that impulsive move to the upside. So it is only a correction in a larger uptrend. What you would see here next is a 5-wave move to the upside again. And I applied that concept to the Bitcoin chart currently. And I started from where we basically hit the low here after that flash crash at around 40K. What I came to is that we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the upside, which is the all-time high. It's a wave 5, which is basically the peak here as well, wave 5, yeah. And how it gets complicated because in this move here to the upside, you've got waves within waves, and then it gets very complicated. So I try to keep it simple, but that is basically what happened here in the move to the upside. You can count 5 waves to the upside. And because we reached the peak here with wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we then take a look what happened next, is actually you can observe that the trend turned around. Okay, because here you can apply the same to the downside. You start up here at that top of the all-time high, basically, which was the wave 5. You start another count, but this time to the downside, because what we can see clearly here is that we had the same 5-wave structure to the downside. So it indicates on the shorter term time frame we have a downtrend here. Not ABC, took the wrong one. 1 second. Just need to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indicates that the trend has shifted. The trend is now going down. This is just this wave here. Okay. Now, if we then zoom out a little bit, what this will be, if you remember, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to the upside with 5 the peak. You get an ABC correction next. Okay, I hope you can follow. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside and ABC to the downside. basically that wave A here, I've just shown you. This one here, you can also understand as a 5-wave move to the downside, just that A. Because if we zoom out, we are still in an uptrend. So that 1 wave A here, I've just shown you also just to explain it in another way as a 5-wave move to the downside. But that is basically then wave A. You will get now a wave B based on that scenario to the upside. That could take us nearly to the all-time high. If we get above the all-time high, that scenario is clearly invalidated. But that wave B could come up to the all-time high. From here, from that wave B, we will then move down. And based on the Elliott Wave targets, what that system or that method is giving us as targets, we would land in that yellow box here. And that box starts at around 54K, a little bit lower maybe, and takes us up to 57K. And these are the Fibonacci levels. So If I start down here with those fibs, take them to the all-time high, you can see that this box lies directly in between the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level and the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. This is where that wave C would take us to. From here then, we would continue in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. And that wave 5 then would be above that wave 5. So that could take us to the next level, but it's too early to say where that would take us to, because we would need to see where that wave C is landing. That's a bullish scenario because that indicates, first of all, it gives us the opportunity to buy back cheaper if that is playing out. So it could really mean that we can come up to the all-time high once more, or it might be that from here we already go down, but I think we'll come back a little bit higher again before we then sell off in a, and how much would that be? Let me just, and that wouldn't be even a crazy sell-off or something. So from the current price, let's just take it to the middle of the box, would just be an 11% move to the downside. That wouldn't even be massive. You know that many of the altcoins have, in the last few days, they've done a 2x, a 3x. So a 10% or 20% or 30% drop wouldn't even be dramatic in my view. So it would take us to that level, yeah, based on that scenario. And from here we could then go to the next move up. And on a higher time frame, and again, it gets complicated. I just showed you this move here was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a wave 5 here at the top. On a larger scale, this here is actually a wave 3 on a larger time frame. On a larger time frame, that a wave 3, that move to the downside here, which I just indicated as an ABC, would be a wave 4, and we would then move up in a wave 5 to the upside. So that could take us, you know, to higher levels at around 80k, maybe 90k, maybe 100k. And that's pretty much that scenario that I prepare myself for. A little bit of a sell-off. I will hold on to my Bitcoin, hold on to my everything that I've been purchasing. I won't set any stop loss because that is for me the most likely scenario at the moment. I also think we haven't seen the alt season yet. So if we see price drop across the board, I think personally, and that's no financial advice, but I think personally we will see a much more radical price increase towards the end of the year and January. That's my view. And if we refer to the stock to flow model, that concept would work very well as well, because it would indicate that I think within October we've already hit the price target of plan B, which was I think above 63k, which we've hit. I think he said for November it will be above 67k. And pretty much I think that will be achievable. So if we do that within that sell-off, within that could only be, you know how quickly that can happen within just a couple of weeks. And from then maybe towards second half of November or whatever, go up again and then really reach new all-time highs. So hope that was helpful. That's only one possible scenario. Of course, another possibility would be to just go through here and invalidate that scenario. Don't think that's very likely. I think we need another sell-off. Another potential scenario is actually, and I haven't talked about that, would be to sell off much more. But I think that is not what is going to happen, purely because of what is currently going on in the crypto market, more adoption and everything. And also, I don't think we are ready for a crypto winter yet. If one comes at all, I think there will be one, but maybe not as we have known it in the past. And I think, we haven't even seen the main alt season yet. So that is for me the most likely scenario. Let me know what you think. Hope that was helpful. If you liked it, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.